All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. And as people show up, that's fine. So welcome to the new 2021 SEO formula for your roofing company by Roofing Sites. My name is Chris Hunter, and I am the chief geek here at roofingsites.com. All right. So what we're going to cover today is we're going to cover how to get ranked for your most profitable roofing keywords. And of course, when I talk about getting ranked, I'm talking about, on Google specifically. Google is the big dog out there, and we want to make sure that we are, ranking there more than anything else. I've found that, uh, you know, Yahoo, Bing, all those kinds of things come later. They come, if you get ranked on Google, you're going to be good everywhere else. So what we're going to talk about today is specifically how to get ranked for those profitable keywords for roofing. Okay. We're also going to talk about how to build authority to the pages on your website and how to build relevant links that move the needle in the Google search engine listings. So, and that's an important one, right? Because we could be working all day long on all these different keywords, but and how we're building links, but we want to make sure that we're actually moving the needle on getting ranked. All right. And if you stay to the end, right? If you stay to the end, I'm going to give you our internal SEO checklist. This is the checklist that we use as we progress with clients, and we want to make sure that this gets into your hands and it's something super valuable, we think. And then if you do stay to the end, we're going to audit a few of your websites. I'm going to try to blow through a lot of this content. There's a lot of content here, but I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as we can so that I can show you some real hand practical things and show you exactly, for those that are here, what's wrong with your website. Why is it not ranking? Okay. So who am I? My name is Chris. I am the chief marketing hero of Marketing Heroes. Roofing Sites is a brand of marketing heroes. We've been in business since 2003. We're located here in College Station, Texas, home of Texas A&M. Whoop! I did go there, and I am an Aggie. I am a father of three. If you look here at this picture, this is my very young self. This is taken in 2011, and these are my kids back then, and me pre-COVID beard and all that kind of stuff. But yes, maybe next webinar I'll take the time and dig up a more recent picture of myself. But this was just such a fun experience, a fun picture with me and my kids here. So I've been doing SEO since 1998, well before Google launched. My first website, I ranked on Yahoo, and for my freelance web design company that I was just starting up, I knew back then even that getting ranked on search engines was super, super important. And we want to make sure that I got in front of people who were actually searching for me. That was the way back then that I knew that was the way to get business, right? So once Google launched, I started transitioning over to that. Around 2005, we started offering it for our clients, and have been offering it ever since, and doing search engine optimization on a day-by-day basis for all of our clients. Roofingsites.com was founded in 2018. It was just kind of an idea because we had been working with a lot of roofers, and we're like, well, why don't we just kind of do this more? I mean, we've got some great results here, and let's just help even more. So now our mission is to double the size of 1,000 roofing companies by 2025, right? That's a huge, huge goal. But that is our big, hairy, audacious goal, okay? Random fact about me, I like to smoke Texas style barbecue every Sunday. So if you're in Texas, right, press a 1 on the chat. And if you'd like Texas barbecue, definitely do a couple of those ones. All right. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is just a small part of what I see. Lots of ones here from Sophia, a couple of ones from Brian. Everyone loves Texas style barbecue, right? So what we're going to talk about today is just a small portion of your overall digital marketing presence. Okay. We have developed here in the past 20 years something that I call now the 4R roofing appointment machine. Sometimes I refer to this as my 4R marketing system, right? But this basically is an evergreen system that is made up of 4 pillars that allows you to take things out of once they stop working. Okay. A prime example is that inside of the reach pillar, and reach is simply just getting in front of more people today than knew you yesterday. Inside the reach pillar, yellow pages, right? Yellow pages don't work anymore. They did about 10, 15 years ago, right? They worked really, really well for roofers. But they no longer work. So we took that out. Obviously, I took that out a long, long time ago and focused on search engines, right? But if you look here, there's 4 main pillars: reputation, reach, resell, and referral. And what we're going to discuss today is specifically just search engine optimization inside of the reach pillar. Okay. But I just want y'all to keep in mind that this is this is a small, small piece of your overall strategy, right? For digital marketing for your roofing company. Okay, so let's talk specifically now about that SEO piece. All right. What I'm about to show y'all is a recipe that I've created. This is what we've been following for almost 20 years, right? And a little bit has changed here, a little bit has changed there, but for the most part, right, SEO comes down to 2 things: links coming back to your website and content on your website. Okay. That's what search engine optimization really, at its very base, at its heart, is really what it's about. Now, when I talk about links, what I mean is a website linking from their website to your website. Okay. So let's say that you get a backlink, you get a directory listing on the NRCA website, right? Everyone gets that. If you're an NRCA member, you get a link, right? So go ahead and put that link on there. That's a link coming from a very, very authoritative website going to your website. Okay. That's what a backlink is. A lot of people misunderstand exactly what that means, but that's all it is. Just a link from one website to another website. Okay. And preferably yours, right? Okay. So the specific recipe is this right here. Okay. And I call this the roofing ranking machine. All right. I've also called this my super glue strategy in the past, SEO super glue strategy. But what it comes down to is that you've got a couple of key elements that you need. Okay. And this looks very, very confusing, but this is just an overall graph of basically what we do every day for our clients. All right. It starts with your website right here. Okay. And your website, I prefer WordPress websites, by the way. They are easy to pick up and move. If I want to change it from one host to another host, I'm not stuck with someone's platform. And right now it is the very most popular content management system, a website tool, right, if you will, out on the internet. Okay. In fact, Google actually, this is a very little known fact, but the company that owns WordPress, right, Automatic, Google, about a year to 2 years ago, not secretly, but they bought into that company. So if you want to rank on Google, this is kind of the engine that you need, right? Anyways, so WordPress to me is the base website, right? Whatever that your website is, you want to make sure that you add 2 things: articles in the form of blogs, okay, and then landing pages, right? So what is a landing page? A landing page is simply a page that describes your services, right? And for me, it is also geographically tied to your service area. Okay, so great, for instance, here in College Station might be roofing company in College Station. Okay, that's what that landing page would be. Everything on that page is geared towards that keyword, meaning that the title, the headings, the content, the images, if you've got videos, all that kind of stuff is geared towards that one singular keyword. Okay. So that's what I mean by landing page. So what you want to do is you want to have a landing page, a singular landing page for every single one of your keywords plus your locations. Okay. A lot of roofing companies mess this up. Don't even bother doing it because it's a lot of work, right? Um, in fact, here at Marketing Heroes and Roofing Sites, we created a tool that helps us build these pages out programmatically, right? So we don't have to do this by hand every single time, okay? We can do thousands of them, in fact, okay? So we can target every tiny itsy bitsy little keyword that's out there, all right? Okay, so those are the two main elements right here, right? Blogs, and I like education blogs because they help sell, right? They help position you as an expert. But the most important thing for me for SEO, it provides spider food. Okay, and what is spider food? So Google is made up of search engine spiders, right? These programs that go from one website to another website, and they follow those links. Remember those links that we were just talking about, right? So it follows the links from one website to the other website. Now, in that process, right, we want them to come to your website. And what we want to do is feed those spiders as much as we possibly can. Well, what do they consume? Text. Okay. So we want to give them as much text as often as we possibly can. Okay. We've actually correlated that the higher rankings, okay, are correlated with more content. Okay. So the more that you feed and the more regular that you are with adding these singular articles here, right, to your website, the better. Now, if you see this, I've got a couple of links right here, a couple little, dotted lines. So what this means is that when we add an article to our websites, okay, immediately we go out and we post it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Google My Business. Okay, those 5 places. Now, why do we do that? We do that simply because we want those search engine spiders to find us in that specific fashion, right? If you think of the internet as a web, like a spider web, literally a spider web, okay? When a fly or something like that lands in an actual spider web, right? It jiggles a singular strand, right? And it lets that spider up over here know to come down here and find that fly. We want to do this same exact thing with our spider food, right? By making sure that we want those spiders to follow the strands from the social media sites over to the article. And that's just because Google places a little bit more emphasis, right, on rankings for that. All right. And we want to make sure that we're actually, just taking care of business there. We have found that by doing that, it gets that article indexed, meaning that those search engine spiders take that content, take it back to the database, right, and puts it onto the search engine. All right. That's what indexing is. So it puts those and indexes those articles as quickly as possible. Now, if you notice inside of that right here, I've also got a link that goes from the article to the landing page. Okay. That's super, super important, right? That's how we get this landing page ranked. To me, I don't mind not ranking these articles, right? These are typically how-to articles, and for the most part, what I really want ranked are the landing pages, the service pages that are multiplied times the service area. Okay. Like I said, roofing company in College Station, roofing contractor in College Station, roofing, I just slipped my mind, but roofers in College Station, roofing in College Station. Those are all different pages there that are going to be here, and we're going to link back to them inside of our articles. Okay. Have I lost everyone yet? Everybody give me a 1 if you're still with me. Awesome, Sophia. All right, Mark, Keith. All right, everyone's still with me. Okay, so this is a simple process here, okay? All right. Now, you see a couple of other things inside of this recipe here. You've got power links over here and branded links. These are links, right? Basically coming back to the website. The branded links they used to be all sorts of things way back in the day of search engine optimization, way back in the cowboy days of SEO. We always tried to stick with something that was safe, right? And we still do. We still follow that. So 98% of the links that we build for our clients are typically citations now. Okay. Their name, address, phone number on all sorts of different directories. And most of them also include website now. So, places like Yelp, places like, you know, oh man, Facebook, Yellow Pages. I still use Yellow Pages, but only for that link. Okay. Or yp.com. There's like a list of about 1,000 different directories that we can post to. And that's what we do for every single one of our clients every single month. Okay. So what about those power links? The power links, right? Those are very, very special links. Those are super high powered links. Okay. Where do I want to place those? Well, those are the ones, right, that are going to be on the NRCA website. Those are the ones that are going to be on, if you get something, like from your local ABC, CBS, NBC, right? If you get the ability to get those types of links, okay, that's what these power links are. These are links that are super, super powerful. And I want to make sure that they're going to your landing pages and not just to the main page of your website. If that's all that they allow, that's fine. It is what it is. But if we can, let's link to those landing pages. And that provides just that extra little link juice. And yes, that is a real term. Link juice is a real term in the SEO industry. It provides that extra little bit of juice in order to get there. Okay. So all you have to do for this entire recipe is simply wash, rinse, and repeat. Okay, so you're going to add articles every month, and periodically you're going to add more landing pages. For our clients, we start with 400 landing pages, and we build out every single quarter 400 more, 400 more, 400 more, until eventually we just exhaust all of the keywords that we can possibly go after. Okay. And that's it. Just do this over and over and over and build links here, build links there, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So that's basically our recipe. And this is almost exactly what we have followed here at Marketing Heroes and Roofing Sites since day one, almost since day one. The only thing that's really changed is the social media piece over here. We used to use, bookmarking sites and stuff like that in order to get those links to link back to the articles. But now the absolute safest thing to do is just to share them on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Google My Business is a new one. Okay. All right. Before I go past this, I want to see everybody with me still. Give me one if you're still with me. And if you have any questions, let's save those till that very end. But I just want to make sure everyone is still with me on this right here. All right. Okay, so let's move on. So what's important in 2021, right? Google is a moving target. They make 600 on average, 650 algorithm changes per year. Okay. And these are typically small changes, and there's typically 4 to 6 major algorithm shifts in a year's time frame. Now, they never tell us, by the way, when those algorithms are coming out. The only times that they have ever done that is a couple of years ago when they announced the HTTPS change that your site will not rank unless it has an HTTPS. Okay. 2, they have told us periodically that mobile is a very big factor, right? And they keep repeating that over and over and over. And in fact, about 6 months to a year ago in 2020, they moved to a completely mobile only index, meaning that if your website isn't mobile friendly, you're not going to get indexed. Okay. So those are the 2 main algorithm changes that they told us before the fact. After the fact was like in 2012 when they knocked everyone's websites for having duplicate content or for having just a bad backlink profile, right? They were using some shady practices. Okay. So what's important now? What do we see here? Well, number one, speed. Google's John Mueller came out and said last week in a chat, someone was asking him a question. Core Web Vitals, right? This is a new kind of term that's been thrown out in the SEO industry. Core Web Vitals are basically what Google is about to start measuring. And what this is just simply how fast is your website. Okay. They have a tool called Page Speed Insights that you can run your website through. And we're going to do that here in a little bit for one of y'all or two of y'all, whatever we have time for here. And we're going to make sure that our sites are fast, right? Google. So John came out a week ago and said, if your website is not fast, if it doesn't follow these in May of 2021, it's not going to rank. That's huge. Okay. So I'm going through with all of my clients. We're going through everyone's websites and making sure that their website is fast. Speed is a hard thing with websites because there's so many different variables. How big are your images? How fast does your JavaScript load? Is it, do you have fast hosting? There's just a lot of different variables, that can slow a website down. So what we've done for our clients and for ourselves is that, and this was before he came out and mentioned this was already on our radar, is that we went out and we went through 20 different hosting companies of the best hosting companies in the world. And we tested and measured, right? One website at a time. What we came out and found was that one of the hosting companies, right, was just hands down way better. Okay. And so we're starting to move all of our clients onto that specific hosting company because it is going to be that important, right? We want to make sure that all of those websites come up super, super fast. All right. So that's the number one thing that needs to be on your radar right now. If you're not thinking about it, if you haven't thought about it in the past, you just don't care. You need to care because Google is going to slap your website come May of 2021, right? And your competitors are going to rank above you. Now, that being said, right, I recently went through an exercise at the end of the year last year and went through 500 roofing websites and measured on all sorts of different things. Okay. Speed was one of those items that I audited. None of y'all's websites are fast. None of them are fast enough what Google really, really wants. Okay. So what I'm saying here is that, if you don't get to, or if you're the first to move on that, if you're the first to get your website ranked fast or sped up, okay, you're going to move to the top of the rankings before everybody else. And I guarantee there's going to be roofers out there that it's just not on their radar. They don't know about it. You're going to rank a lot faster, a lot quicker than they are. Okay, so the next one, links. All right, we talked about links. Links are always important. I don't think backlinks to websites will ever go away in the Google algorithm. So those are so super, super important. Now, what do you get? All right. In fact, I met with a roofing company yesterday and they had 0 backlinks, right? So here was my advice. One, make sure that, if you're an NRCA member, if you are RCAT member, if whatever state that you're in, you're part of that roofing contractors association, get links there, right? Concentrate on that. 2, Better Business Bureau, right? If you're a Better Business Bureau member, make sure that you're getting a backlink from their website to your website. Chamber of Commerce, your local Chamber of Commerce, any local organizations that you belong to, right, in your area. Let's say you're in Houston. There's a Houston Roofers Association, right? Make sure that you've got backlinks and audit your backlinks and make sure that those things are actually coming back to your website. Okay. Start there. Number 2, make sure that your citations all line up, right? Plug your website into a tool like Yext, Bright Local. We use Moz Local for that for us and our clients. Basically, you want to make sure that your name, address, and phone number and your website are all on every single one of those directory websites. Okay, this is just a super important thing to do. It's an easy exercise, something that if you're not going to hire someone like us, right? If you're not going to hire someone like us, then you can put, someone on that that's in your internal staff. Okay, that it's a pretty easy task to do. Okay, next thing, on-site content. We talked about this, and this is basically having all of those landing pages, right? And making sure that your website is relevant in Google's eyes. Okay. And when I say relevant, I mean that you're talking about your industry, you're talking about your services, right? You've got pages and you're talking about them inside of blogs. So content, if you think about it, what Google consumes is text. So give Google what it wants. Okay. Make sure your site is mobile. All right. In this day and age, that is just a no-brainer. Everybody has one of these smartphones in their pockets. Okay, that's how they're finding you right now. Make sure that your website not only works, but it's fast and it has your phone number, right, in the very top, and it's in every section as people scroll down. It's super, super important. Everyone is using their mobile phones, so it just makes sense to concentrate on that. Make sure that your page title, okay, the meta title for the page actually has the keywords in it. Okay. When I went and audited all of these websites, at the end of last year, you can't imagine how many of those things just didn't have anything, in the title of their page. And it's just simple: roofing company, your area, right? Roofer, your area, roofing in your area, roofing contractor, whatever that your area is. Okay. Make sure that is in the title of the page. Okay. So any questions on any of these? These are the top 5 things to think about in 2021, and make sure that your website is up to snuff on that. Just go ahead and type them into the chat. If you've got any kind of questions whatsoever, need a clarification on anything, or just hit a 1 if you just want me to move on. All right. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on. Oops. Okay. So I promised if you stayed to the end, like I said, I try to make this short. We're 30 minutes into this, so that's good. Download the ultimate SEO checklist for roofers. We put this together, and this has evolved over the years. This is the exact checklist that we use in order to rank sites. Okay. Download this. What you're going to do is go to this link, seochecklist.roofingsites.com. At least write down the URL. You can go to it a little bit later, but let me see if I can pull open what it actually is. Okay, so it's this right here. So in this checklist, right, these are just a list of every single tiny itsy bitsy thing that you need to be working on. This is something that all of our employees work on for our clients. Okay. Not only that, and this is just the master list right here. Okay. Like for instance, make sure that you have a HTML sitemap, and that's just a list of all of your pages so that Google can index those things. Make sure that you've got Google Analytics, Search Console set up. Your robots.txt is optimized. And what does that mean? That just means that, you inside the robots. All right. So this is geek speak here, right? Sorry. So your robots.txt file is what tells Google what not to index. Okay. Make sure there's a little, if you've got WordPress, and I see this all the time, make sure there's a little checkbox in WordPress that says don't index, don't let Google index. Okay. Make sure that is not checked. Okay. It's inside of the settings on inside of WordPress. So you can't imagine how many websites that I come across that we take over that, you go from development. Most web designers, when they design a website, they have that checked so that while it's in development, it doesn't actually go live, right? And Google doesn't pick it up and all that kind of stuff, right? Which is a great thing. However, when they make those things go live, right? When they put it into production, sometimes they forget to uncheck that box. So web design companies are notorious for doing this. And I have people calling me, hey, why is my website not ranked? And it's that simple little checkbox. That's all it was. Okay. Anyway, so this is the onboarding. This is our list. There is also ongoing game plan, what to do in month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, 5, 6, 7, and onward. So these are like the exact steps to take in order to rank a website. Okay. So I highly recommend just go right here to SEO checklist.roofingsites.com, fill in your information and download it. Next page will have the download. And what you're going to do here is that you're going to come up here into the file and then click over here to make a copy and pull that into your drive. So that way you can actually check on those check boxes. Okay. All right. Questions time. All right. If y'all want to open up your microphones, you can ask me any questions while you have me. And then here in a few minutes, if we get through those questions, then I'm going to let y'all give me one of your websites and we'll go through it and I'll tell you exactly why it's not ranking. Okay. All right. So any questions first? And you can unmute yourself if you'd like. Mark, Sophia, Brian. Okay, I've got one. Great. Armorproof.com. Sophia asked, by the way, what the official name of our company is so that we can read about. So we're Marketing Heroes. You can go to mheroes.com and search us up there. Brian, I've got your website. Let me see if I can figure out how to get back to hardmoreroof.com. Okay. All right. Looks great. Love it. Love how you have a phone number up here. Schedule appointment. Love that you have a picture. I'm assuming that's you, Brian. Hopefully that's you and that's not a stock photo. If not, then I would highly suggest you switch that to you and not stock photo. Looks like a great site. Okay. All right. Now, here's the very first thing that I check for. All right. Again, coming back to that speed. So go to page speed insights. I'm just going to simply copy this. Put that in there, let that run. There's another tool that I use to check for backlinks. You see what your backlink profile is. I use majestic.com. I'm going to put that in there as well. Yep. See, there's the problem, right? Your trust flow is a 1, which is not very good at all. And citation flow is it's okay. So what these two metrics mean is there's a scale of 1 to 100. And trust flow is actually, trust, right? How trusted are the links? How powerful are the links coming back to your website? Okay. It shows here that you have 13 domains that are linking back to your site. And I can go and look at those domains and see how powerful that they are. And look at their trust flow right here. Most of them are pretty low trust flow, right? For the actual domain themselves. you know, Annapolis news updates, Virginia news desk, New Jersey headlines. So these are all the sites that are linking back to your website, right? So I would try to improve your backlink profile. First of all, oh, he said, haha, no. Was that in reference to the this being you there? Yeah. 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 Okay. So
Yeah.
I'd recommend that you put a picture of yourself up there. Okay. I recommend to all of my roofers that we get a picture of you. We get a picture of you and your trucks, you know, with your staff, all that kind of stuff. Personalize this website as much as you possibly can. Okay. And that's just on the conversion side of things. It has nothing to do with SEO. So page speed. Okay. So page speed is actually not very good, right? On mobile, it's a 21. So again, this is a scale of 0 to 100, 0 being low, 100 being high. Google has come out and said inside of this tool right here, that first content paint, and these are the core web vitals that John Mueller was discussing, right? First content paint, speed index, and time to interactive. Those are the three main things that they're looking at that you want to make sure that you're in the green. Okay. So for instance, your speed index is 9.2 seconds, right? So the reason that Google has started pushing this more and more is that they recognize that you literally have 2 to 3 seconds on your website when someone comes to your website before they bounce. Okay. If your website is not loading within that 2 to 3 seconds, they're going to leave immediately. And Google recognizes this. This is a user usability switch, right? They're really wanting to focus more on the user experience here. So, you know, that's all it is. And you just have to do what Google wants here. Okay. So it's those three things to optimize for. Okay. And I say on mobile because Google came out a couple of years ago and said that, hey, we're doing a mobile first index. That was the first thing that they came out and said. Then like a year later, they said, okay, now we're doing a mobile only index. Okay. So that means that they're placing more and more emphasis on mobile. So I would optimize specifically for mobile because desktop's going to be fast, you know, if you get it optimized for mobile. Your desktop, see these two little tabs right over here. Your desktop is 65, you know, again, it's the same issue. You want to get those to green. Your first content full paint is green. So that just means that the first thing that pops up, you know, to let people know that your website is loading. And then speed index, of course, you know, how fast does your website load? And then time to interactive is important, where in the fact that, you know, if I needed to do something on this website, if I needed to click a button, if I needed to scroll or go to another page, how fast can I do that? Okay. So those three things are the core web vitals that John Mueller from Google, you know, released last week. And it's just, it's been documented in Search Engine Land, Search Engine Journal, SEO Roundtable, a whole bunch of places that you can go and search for. You know, in some of the circles that I'm in, I'm in some groups with some very, very smart SEO guys, right? In different, we all work in different areas. These guys, you know, they started noticing a trend. We all started noticing a trend that, you know, the fast websites started ranking more. And this was about a year ago. And so that's why I've been on a path to increase the speed of these websites as fast as we possibly can. All right. So to put that in perspective, let's put, I'll put my website in here. I haven't tested it in the past day or two. Just to kind of show you, but this is, you know, we moved to that really, really fast host. Oops, I put armored roof or more roof in there. Hang on. I meant to put roofingsites.com. All right, I'll just do it over here. And it usually takes a second or two to load up. So while that's loading, I'm going to look at one other thing. Okay. And that's, you know, do you have all the things, not just on your website, that Google is looking for. But you know, do you have them? Do you have all these pages, right? The landing pages that I discussed. So, you know, you've got roof repair. Okay. And that's great. But if you're trying to optimize for Ardmore, Oklahoma, right, you want to make sure that it's in the title, which it is, Ardmore, Oklahoma roof repair, right? And you want to make sure that it's in the URL, right? That's another important piece. You want to make sure that it is, you know, mixed throughout your headings and your content itself. Okay. And how well do you rank, by the way? Let's see. I search from, I use a tool called I search from. This creates a quote unquote clean search. Okay. That you can go and search in your area. So United States, and I'm going to put English, and we're going to put roofing. What was that was roofing repair, right? Roof repair, singular. Roof repair, or I'm going to see. All right. And then you put your city in here and click search. You can, this will create a clean search. So this is a tool that was built for ads, right? Testing your Google ads out so that you can see exactly who's up there. Let me see. And your site was ardmoreroof.com. Okay, so here it is. It shows up, what, about 5, 6 down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're ranked on the first page, but a little bit down. So what I would do in your case is see what everyone else is doing. Obviously, Yellow Pages, it's going to be hard to get you know, above them. Thumbtack, Porch, BBB, Angie's List, Home Advisor. Those are the big directories. Google has been placing more and more emphasis on big directories lately. But as people scroll through here, okay, you want to show up as high as you possibly can. So this is the only true other roofer that's ranking above you. Now, that this all being said, right, what we've been talking about here today is strengthening your website, right? This does affect how you rank here as well, because what's been happening in the past year to 2 years is that Google My Business and organic search engine optimization, which is this area right here downward, okay, those two have been merging closer and closer to being hand in hand. Okay, you're not going to, in the future, you're not going to be able to rank one without the other. Okay, and so what we've correlated in our groups is that the stronger that your website is, the better backlink profile, the more relevant it is, now how fast that it is, right? Those things, if it's ranking high in the organic, it's going to push your Google My Business up if you're optimizing Google My Business as well, right? So for us, for all of our clients, we do those hand in hand, and we work on all of those together. Okay. Hopefully I gave you some good insights here, why your site might not be ranking and or might not be getting traffic. I'm going to move on to Mark's. And did you have any questions, Brian, while you got me here?
I sent you a request on your site while I was on here.
Okay.
Just booking a call. So
okay, awesome.
I've got tons of questions. I don't want to hold you up.
That's cool. Awesome. Sounds great. All right, Mark, let's do the same exercise with you. Okay, let's first pull up in your website, and I'm going to do it right here. I'm looking at two screens, by the way. My camera's over here on this screen. I'm, look, it's showing it over here on this screen. Okay, Mark's Custom Exteriors. All right, again, another nice looking website. How's it looking on mobile? Looks good. I like it. It's got a phone number, nice and easy to find. The website itself is pretty nice. Okay. Okay, so let's take this and let's do what we did over here. Let's first look. Oh, by the way, here's roofing sites 83. It's showing right now. You know, um, looks like, but those three that I discussed, first content, paint, speed index, and time to interactive, those three core web core vitals or core web vitals. I can't remember. Those are shown in the green. So there's something here with the blocking time, for mobile. Desktop shows 95. So that's good there. But again, I want to optimize for mobile. All right. So enough about our site. Let's put Mark's site in there. While that is running, I'm going to do the same exercise over here. I'm going to put inside of Majestic and kind of go see what your backlink profile is. Oops, I didn't link. Okay, great. So look at that. You've got a 30 trust flow and a 31 citation flow. That means that you've got some monster backlinks coming to your website, okay, which is good. However, what I see down here, you only have 4 of them, okay? And this is in a fresh index. Majestic uses 2 different indexes. First is a fresh within the past 90 days, the links that it's finding, and then historic. These are links that are older than 90 days that it might or might not be finding anymore. Okay, so I like to go off the fresh index for most of my backlink profiles because that's basically how Google works. Okay, so let's go to the referring domains here, and it shows you've got GAF. That's great. Authority Press Wire, MCE Roof, and Get News. So these are all good. This one right here might be kind of hurting you. I don't know if this is another website that you own that is linking to you, to your website. Yep. So it looks like it's just a forward, right? Okay. So I don't think that would be hurting you, but you just never know. It's got a trust flow of 0. You know, if that was one, something that you've used before in the past, or something that you give out and you need as a redirect, that's easier maybe than Mark's Custom Roofs or exteriors. And there's nothing wrong with that practice at all. Okay, so let's look at the historic index. Okay, lots more. Okay, you've got lots more links here. So what I would do is that any of these like that have been used in the past, so you've got some Chinese stuff that's linking to you. That's not good practice, obviously. That's probably spam. You've got some Chinese stuff over here too, Chinese over here. So it's possible, like, did you hire someone in the past to build backlinks for you, or find someone on Fiverr to build backlinks for you in the past, Mark? You did hire someone to build backlinks. Okay. Yeah. So, we see that. We see, as we look through backlink profiles that it's possible that, you got someone to do it that really didn't know what they were doing. So, those are just not the best things in the world. I would, if it were me, all of those that were like in the Chinese, and that had a trust flow of 0, right? And just simply go through this list right here. Anything that has a trust flow of 0, I would go into the Google Search Console and disavow those. Okay. And what we have found when we find those, because this is one of those ongoing things that we do every single quarter for our clients, is that we go through and look through their backlink profile and take those 0 trust flow links and then put them into Google Search Console as a disavow, file. So it's really helped to increase the rankings on a couple of our clients. If that's the only thing holding you back, that's just an easy exercise to do. Okay, so mobile again, 10, right? You can definitely increase the speed of your website here on the page speed insights. 44. So both of them are in red. that could be, see, Google said that they're coming out in May with that algorithm change, but honestly, I think that it's here now, right? And they just haven't announced it. There was a major algorithm change that came out in December. Whole lot of SEOs haven't really truly figured out what it was. There was another one. There was some chatter yesterday on one of the groups that I'm in, talking about that there's a possible change that happened yesterday. So, there's, again, it's there. Google is such a moving target, but if you concentrate on those things that I've given y'all, speed, links, making sure your content is good, then you're going to be beating about 80-90% of the other roofers out there. Okay, so anyways, hopefully, did that help at all, Mark? Do you want me to go through your site and kind of, because I have a feeling it's the same kind of thing as Brian, is that I don't see a whole lot of service pages that are tied to your location. Okay. There are some, but there's not a whole bunch of them. Okay. So I see roof maintenance, roof repairs, roof replacement. Okay. So let's go to roof replacement. That's a pretty high searched item. It says roof replacement, but it doesn't have your area in there, right? Up here in the title. Okay. You want that in your title. You want roof replacement. Like, what is your area that you're in? Okay. Scrapoose, Oregon. So you want to make sure that that's everywhere on this. Not everywhere. You don't want to go overboard with it, right? But you want to make sure that it's in the title, it's in the headings, that the images that are on the page maybe are named that, right? That's something that nobody does. You want to make sure that it's mixed throughout your content, but not like just thrown in there. It's actually worked into the content. Like, for instance, are you looking for roof repair in Scappoose? I said that wrong, I think, and maybe I'm saying it wrong. And I'm from Texas, man. Please forgive me. Scappoose, Oregon. Just make sure that you've got those things kind of mixed in everywhere on all of these. And okay, good. Sorry, I don't have a microphone. Yes, you're saying it right. That's okay. That's good. Hopefully I'm not butchering it too much. Okay. So I would just add more and more of those pages and make it a task to do periodically, right? And I like to start with a list, right, of all of the keywords, and you can get those pretty easily from Google AdWords tool. Google AdWords has a tool that you can type in to do keyword research on. It's a free tool. You don't have to pay something like what we pay for with SEMrush and all these different tools. You can just use Google Ads. If you've got a Google Ads account, just go into that, type in your keywords, and you can start generating that list and just make that a to-do item, to do periodically. And it doesn't have to be done every week. It doesn't have to be done every month. But as long as you're taking steps towards that and adding those landing pages out there, that's really good. Okay, so we're coming up on an hour here. And I know that we've got another one, Boo Roof. How do you pronounce that? Boo Roofing. Are y'all good? Put a one in if you're still good to go. And I'll do this last one real quick. Like Halloween Boo. Okay. All right, cool. Boo Commercial Roofing Inc. Okay. And where are you located? Arlington, Lubbock, Wichita Falls, here in Texas. All right. All right. So good. Another good looking website. So commercial roofing is just a little bit different than residential. Okay, what we found, but again, you're going to have the same sets of keywords, right, to get ranked for. You're just adding, interjecting commercial, in there, because as people go looking for, commercial roofer, commercial roofing contractor, commercial roofing company, you just want to make sure that all of those main keywords are in your site, are on pages, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna put this into Page Speed Insights. Let that run. While that's running, I'm going to put it into Majestic and check your backlink profile. Back to summary real quick. Go to the fresh index. Okay, so you've got a pretty good profile too. So here's what I consider a decent backlink profile. At least just from overall looking at the trust flow and citation flow, is that if you're at a 20 or higher, right, then most likely you're going to be ranking very well. Okay. But again, it looks like down here, when I look at referring domains, there's only 4 of them that are in the fresh index. Again, that's what Google really does, right? It's all those fresh links that are being built. Okay. Okay, so, all right, this one here might not be the best one. Okay, if I go and look at the actual backlinks here. So this one is just the domains. This tab here is the backlinks, actual backlinks. It's Roofers List, rooferlist.com. That's kind of concerning because it has a trust flow of 0 for the domain. That's just not good. That just means it's not the best trustworthy website in the world. And you might not have built this, or not built this. You might not have put your site on this directory. Someone else might have done that, and they're building out their site. This looks like Swedish or something like that. I don't know. So you might want to disavow that specific link right there, and that might help, rankings, because the rest of them, you've got a trust flow of 12, 13, pretty decent. Not horrible, right? Pretty good. Anything above a 10 coming back to the website, that's good, in my opinion. 20s or higher on that trust flow, that's typically what I look for when I'm looking at backlinks. All right, so let's go back here to page speed insight. Yep, same thing. Okay, you got a 9 here. Your first content paint was 5 seconds, right? So the first time that someone came to your website on a mobile, it took 5 seconds to even show anything whatsoever. Okay, so that's definitely not good. Desktop is a little bit better. We have better speeds with desktop, right? Typically we have Wi-Fi speeds. So, 1.2 seconds. It's still in the orange. I'd like to see that in the green. So speed would, optimizing for speed, super, super important right now. And then I guess on your site, let me get back to it. Where did I put it? Here we go. Boo commercial roofing. So you just want to make sure that all of those, and I like going to, hey, San Angelo, that's where I grew up. All right. So and I see this a lot. You'll put your service area in on one page, or maybe this is on the footer, of the website. Each one of these needs to be links that goes to those pages. Wichita Falls, commercial roofer, commercial roofing company, whatever, right? These actually need to be, links that go to those pages. And those pages just need to be, built out with the keyword name plus the location that you're trying to get ranked for. So yeah, all 3 of y'all's websites at the same exact issue, speed, backlink profile, and making sure that you have those service pages that are built out for the service areas. Okay. And you'll start ranking from there. Okay. So let me get back to my presentation here. Are there any questions before I move onward here? It is 12 o'clock. I want to respect y'all's time. Any questions that y'all have about what I just went over? And feel free to unmute yourself. It's fine. Has this been valuable? Put a 1 if you feel this has been pretty valuable. Awesome. Awesome, Brian. Keith. Sophia says, yeah, to tell me how much work I need to do. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Sorry, but that's why, I do what I do, right? Is that we take over that kind of stuff for you. All right. So a few quick announcements. Month of February. We are waiving here at roofingsites.com. We are waiving all setup fees. Okay. Until February 28th. So if you are interested in hiring a company, if you're looking at any kind of company, we'd love to help you out. You know, we are waiving those fees. Upcoming book. I'm working on a book called The Ultimate Guide to Digital Marketing for Roofers. It is almost complete. If you would like an advanced copy, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to send it to you when it's done, when it's completed and it's edited. Just email me at that email below, chris.hunter@roofingsites.com if you are interested. Podcast. So I run a podcast, or I'm in a podcast with a friend of mine called Aggie Growth Hacks, where we interview successful Aggie entrepreneurs and find out what they did right. Okay. And what their hacks were. I'm a big believer in the 80-20 rule, what their hacks were to achieve that greatness, of how they've gotten really good. So I am going to do the same exact thing with roofers. Okay. So if you're interested in coming on the Roofer Growth Hacks podcast, which will be released in Q2, I'm thinking, if you're interested in just talking about roofing and helping your fellow roofers out, I'd love to talk with you. So same thing, just hit me up at chris.hunter@roofingsites.com. We'll set up a time. I promise it's not hard. You can use your phone even if you'd like to. Simple questions that we ask. Upcoming webinars, March 12th at 11 a.m. We have a 2021 guide to Google My Business for roofers. This is kind of the companion to the SEO piece that we just talked about. We have April 16th, the 2021 guide to Google Ads coming up. Google Ads are super important. If you want to get in front of your target audience now, right? That's the way to do that. May 14th, we have the 2021 guide to a high converting website for roofers, because if you remember on our 4R system, the very base was your reputation, and your website is a piece of that. So that's an important one. You want to make sure that your website is actually converting people when they come to your website. All right. So if you're tired of wasting time and money with ineffective marketing, if you need a system that helps you get more sales, and if you would like to free yourself from chasing leads, please book a strategy session with me. I think that Brian said he already did that. But go to roofingsites.com/schedule. It is also the upper right-hand button on our website. And basically you're going to get me for an hour, and we're going to go over all this stuff, with a little bit more detail of what, really needs to improve, not just the SEO, but the Google My Business, the, everything that goes into a comprehensive digital marketing plan. Okay. That's it. That's all I have, y'all. Any questions before we jump off? Feel free to unmute yourself. Awesome. Thanks, Mark. Your info and feedback has been extremely helpful. Yes, sir. Great info from Brian. Awesome. Thank you all so much for showing up. Pricing, we can discuss that in the strategy session, but basically, pricing starts at $9.97 a month and works upward from there, depending on how much, that we work with for you. Our strategy is the 4R strategy. And we try to do a little bit in every single one of those pillars, for our clients. I'll try to go back to that just to kind of show you exactly what it is. It is on our website, I believe, where we discuss this, but we want to make sure that all of our packages pretty much cover something in all of these. And some of these things we've built software for to help automate some of these things. So for instance, on our SEO side of things, obviously, and I told you this earlier, we built out some software to build those landing pages out programmatically. Right. So anyways, thank you all so much for showing up. It's always fun doing these webinars. I am a geek at heart. I am an introvert. So standing here in front of a camera is a little bit different, but it's fun, and I enjoy helping people out. So y'all have a great weekend, and we will see y'all later.